Hello everyone, it is I, Mark S.W. We're approaching the end of 2022, another year gone, so it's time for me to do my annual year review video. Usually I highlight my most memorable moments and what I like and what I dislike. This year I thought I'd do something different. I thought I'd do a rewind. That's when you go through all the months and you talk about your best moments or everything you've done. Before we begin, in my opinion, I think this year is better than last year. As you know, 2021 I had a horrible year, but this one, a bit of an improvement. So starting in January, I had my booster COVID jab, but more importantly, my YouTube channel reached 2,000 subscribers. So that was a good thing to start off with. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Thank you to all those people who've subscribed to my channel and showed me so much love and support. I really appreciate it. And if you guys are new to my channel, then do please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I upload a video. In February, I did a video that I've always wanted to do, the I Hate Valentine's Day video, where I get some Valentine's decorations and smash them to bits. I've wanted to do that video for a long time. It's because of all the special holidays, Valentine's Day is the worst, well, in my opinion. Despite the fact I couldn't burst the heart-shaped balloons, smashing the heart piñata was my highlight of that video. Then, in March, I collaborated with a very famous YouTuber, Supersaf. For those of you who don't know him, he does a lot of tech reviews, so he reviews all the new iPhones and tablets, and even reviews Teslas. In the past I used to think I was the only YouTuber in Leicester. Well, obviously not anymore, so it was great to meet him, we had a nice chat, and hopefully one day I'll be able to collaborate with him and other famous YouTubers. So moving on to April, which is World Autism Acceptance Month. I did a short video about that, and I also did a video marking my YouTube channel's 10th anniversary. So that was a special moment. Also in April, I went to Norwich to visit my brother, and at the same time I went to an event, the Norwich Railway Heritage Exhibition. It had lots of displays and lots of stalls and sales on modelling equipment and tools. And I got to see two of my old friends, Scott and Ross. So it was good to see those guys again. It's the first event I've been to since February 2020 when I went to the VidCon London event. Moving on to May, which is the month I was born. So my birthday is on the 5th of May, and it was my 32nd birthday. Also in May is usually the time where here in the UK we have the elections. So I did a video all about that, about please vote for me because I'm a great guy who gets drunk. Moving on to June, which was quite a busy month. It's also a sad month for Thunderbird fans. Matt Zinnerman, who did the voice of Alan Tracy, had passed away. Real sad, because he's a really nice chap and a real funny guy. I've met him many times during Anderson events and conventions, so R.I.P. Matt. Moving on to more cheerful news, June was also the Queen's Jubilee. For those of you who don't live in the UK, it's 70 years since Queen Elizabeth II became Queen. Her coronation was in 1952. Other things that happened, following the success of my first review of the Spy Ninja gadgets, I did a second video where I reviewed the new gadgets, some really good ones there. And I also went to another event, the Autism Show in Birmingham, and I was reunited with my friend Cez. I've done a lot of collaboration work with Cez. She's really a lovely person. Do go and check out Cez's channel, but also check out her new channel, History Inside a Nutshell. It's a channel dedicated to history, so she's done lots of maritime history, but she's also looking into other history topics. I've helped to make the intro/ident video for her, and I've also done the voiceovers and narrated some of her episodes. And also, both Cez and I have taken part in podcasts by another autistic guy called Mason. He's a big Doctor Who fan, and we've talked about things like autism, Doctor Who, and also about education and how does it compare to the UK and the USA. I'll put all the links in the description below. Do go and check them out. So we're halfway through 2022, on to July. That's when we had the heat wave. The hottest heat wave I've ever experienced. But fortunately I had a summer project to keep me occupied. I've been taking Hexbug BattleBots robots and turning them into the house robots from Robot Wars. So I turned a Sawblaze into Dead Metal, and then in August I turned Blacksmith into Shunt. So now Matilda is not the only Hexbug house robot. Talking about robots, it was around this time, this summer, that a new streaming channel became operational, Mech Plus. A really good site if you're into robots, electronics, science and engineering. Not only have Mech Plus uploaded every episode of Robot Wars, but they also uploaded a CITV game show I haven't seen since 2003, Rescue Robots. So I wanted to do a video about it for those people who've never heard of it or may have forgotten about it, and Mech Plus gave me permission to do it, so a big thank you to them. So on to September, and still talking of robots, I attended Robo Nerd for the first time, a robot combat event. It was great to see all the famous robots from Robot Wars and watching the Beetleweights playing pinball, even doing some battling. There was also some Lego battles, and I got to meet some of the famous Roboteers and YouTubers who specialise in robot combat. Also in September, I went to the Norcon event. That's the Norwich Sci-Fi convention. I had a great time at the event, good to see all my old friends again. I saw Scott again. Also, for those of you who didn't see the video, I received this package from someone. I don't know who, but I'm not allowed to open it until my birthday, so it's sealed. As you can see, I haven't opened it. I've kept my promise. So next year it'll be interesting to see what's inside. I'm guessing it's probably just a fan letter or something, but why I have to wait, I don't know. Also in September, as most of you know, Queen Elizabeth II passed away. So after all the years of saying long live the Queen, we're now going to say long live the King, as next year will be the coronation of King Charles III. Moving on to October, which was a very busy month for me, but not in a YouTube way though. I mean, on the subject of YouTube, I uploaded my Norcon video, and I also did a short video of another event I went to, the Leicester Comic Con and Toy Fair. Unlike most Comic Con events, it was only a small Comic Con event in Leicester. They didn't have like special guests, and to be honest, it was quite crowded. But the event is due to return in April next year, and hopefully it might be a bit better, maybe easy to move around, and maybe they'll have some special guests, so we'll see. But the reason why October was busy is because of this. Now, normally I don't talk about my family or personal life much, because that's either private or I'm not at liberty to talk about it. But this is an exception, and you guys will need to know. My mum had retired from work, and she was going to come and live with me, so I spent most of October moving furniture around and helping her move. This means I have to make several adjustments to my usual routines, so now I've got to let her know when I want to go out or when I have to film things. I'm just glad that she hasn't put a curfew on me. Next up, November, which is usually a quiet month for me. But I did upload a video sharing my advice on how to become a YouTuber. One interesting thing did happen in November though. I've got some friends who work at the local job centre, and they invited me to a convention called Local Offer Live. It's a convention full of lots of support organisations who are dedicated to helping people aged 0 to 25 who have learning difficulties or disabilities, both physical and internal. And they recommended it to me because I'm an ambassador for the National Autistic Society in Leicestershire. So I had a look around, found some different support organisations, and it's actually very useful. The reason I hadn't heard about it was because it mainly focuses on Leicester City rather than Leicestershire. But I think if they're willing to make some adjustments and maybe make some improvements, then I think it could be a better event. Especially it could be on the same standards as the autism show that I went to. Like if it had like panels where people can talk about certain topics. And finally, December. And talking of Leicestershire, in the south part of the county, there was a special parade called the Archers Live. It's got nothing to do with the Archers as in the BBC Radio 4 programme. No, not that kind of Archers. It's a parade full of tractors and other big farming vehicles, all decorated with Christmas lights, and they go all around the south part of Leicestershire. So it was really fun to watch, so I got some video of that and made a short about it. For Christmas this year, I spent it with my brother up in Norwich, and I also got to see Scott again. We spent a day at Sheringham. We saw the trains leaving the station and coming in for the Santa special. And of course, December is the start of the third and final series of His Dark Materials. Even though I've read the books, I've heard the audio plays, I sort of know what happens, but the TV series is brilliantly made. And I'm not watching them on the iPlayer though, because it's more exciting to watch it live, you know, the day it goes out on TV. So that pretty much sums up 2022. A very busy year, but a good year. Better than last year, definitely. Also, I mentioned this in one of my previous videos that I'm getting some special support in developing my YouTube channel to get it more recognized and could lead to self-employment work. My mentor told me that now that things are getting back to normal, I should definitely go back to more events and conventions, because the more I attend, the more I get recognized. So plans for 2023, well, event-wise, I mentioned I will go back to the Leicester Toy Fair event in April, and I want to go back to the Norcon event in Norwich, but I might go for just the one day this time. And I definitely want to go back to the autism show in Birmingham, especially because I'd like to give a presentation, you know, talk about how television and film has inspired me to become a YouTuber. I spoke to the event organizer, Connor, he too is autistic, and he says he'll try and get me a slot for next year, so fingers crossed. I also would like to go back to the Robo-Nerd event in Wolverhampton. I don't know if it will be on, but I'll keep an eye on the dates. But those are the events that I'm sort of looking at for next year. Originally for 22, I was going to go to the YouTube event Social in the City, but they had to cancel it this year. Not because of COVID, but because of the financial crisis. So, if the event does return next year, to be honest, I don't think I'll take any chances. I'll wait until it's 100% confirmed it will return, so I'll wait until 24 for that. I also want to do more collaborations with Sez and Mason, and hopefully with other YouTube stars. And for the upcoming videos, I do want to do a Hexbug Sergeant Bash, so that's going to be my winter project. So expect a video build diary in January and maybe February. But there's one big thing that is happening that I do need to point out. Now that my mum is living with me, she wants to renovate the house so it suits her needs, so to speak. And I must admit, I'm not looking forward to it at all, because it involves three things that I hate: palavers, changes, and manual labour.
And that's just because you're lazy.
Because of this, there will be no video in March. So yes, videos in January and February, as I mentioned, but not in March. I've got to spend some time sorting out the house. But hopefully after that, things should be able to get back to normal and I'll be able to carry on making one video a month, or two, depends how lucky I get. But I'll still do short videos. I mean, that's been very useful, especially this year. I've done a lot of shorts. So thank you guys for watching my rewind of 2022. If you've enjoyed it, you know what to do. Give this video a thumbs up. subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you know when I next upload a video. And don't forget you can follow me on my social sites, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Thanks again for watching guys, hope you have a happy new year and see you in 2023. Over and out.